Hello, Nick Team video. Today we're gonna take a look at the Dubwoll here with Double Kick. One nice name in general. We have it here in the lead. Usually people use it as a safe swap, but in the lead it might be also pretty decent. As we see here, a double ghost line by Kalden34. Like you see it on the screen, I don't see it on the screen, so you will know it anyway. We see a double ghost line here with the Trevenant, seemingly is a safe swap, which I think is also the better safe swap of the two, as you have the access to a seed bomb, which going to give you a little bit better coverage than the dark pulse on the Kofagrigas. And the double ghost line, I'm pretty sure is pretty decent. As we see the tentacle going for an acid spray here, you can go for another shadow ball. You should do a lot of damage with this, with your Trevenant, and you will see that you can realign your Pokemon, which is nice. You have a shield advantage. You can farm this thing down with your Kofag, and you will be able to also win the game here, as you can just go ahead and go for some dark pulses. I really enjoy recently to shoutcast those battles. It's basically just an extra video 6 hours after my normal video about my battles. Those will not go away. I'm still going to showcase my battles every day, and those are basically just extra. Especially in the early beginning of the season, it's pretty cool to have those extra battles here, as we can take a look at more Pokemon that I usually wouldn't be able to showcase. We see here now an Azumarill lead, which is fine for you. You can go for some body slams against this incoming Altaria as well, as we will see here that they can go for more body slams, totally fine. It's always kind of curious, like in those early ranks, I really would like to know the rankings that those players had prior, if they are like well known or like if they're like really good at the game. It's always funny to try to think how the Elo is without like the current start of the season, just based on how they play and what kind of IVs they have, or what kind of team ideas they have. But so far so good, in my opinion. They play pretty well on the first battles at least. We see the Shadow Ball coming through against this Azumarill. You can let this move go through, and exactly that's what they're going to do. It's going to be a play rough. They're gonna get you actually. Ooh, that's going to be tough. What are you going to do now? Are you going to Trevenant? You go into the Dubwoll. I actually wouldn't know what I would want to do here, but they go for the Dubwoll, they go for the Wild Charge, and they don't hit this. And I guess that's going to be a loss, because the Marowak just has to go for 2 Shadow Bones, and they should be fine. They actually shield the first move, which I kinda disagree actually with. If you want to kinda win this game, even though like it's basically impossible at this stage, you kinda have to no-shield the first one, hoping that they would bait you, because the second one they 100% won't bait you if you have a shield still left. But yeah, like this is just a smaller thing they would have lost no matter what really here. As we see, a Drapion safe swap, but very good that you face it now with your little sheep in the lead, as you're going to be able to spam those body slams against us. You really want to align your it's called Dubwoll here against those Pokemon, as you do have 2 ghost types in the back that they really don't want to face any kind of dark type. A little bit of a problem for this team, I'm just realizing, might be the Scrafty, as Scrafty will be able to beat basically all of your Pokemon. But they're gonna let this move go through, which I think is the right decision, and I think you should also let this move go through. They actually, yeah, it was only an Aqua Tail, I thought so. So we see the Bastion coming in, and I don't know. You didn't really have to swap out of here, I guess. It is fine though. You can shield the Flamethrower. Both have basically the same moveset, so like the difference is not the biggest. As we see the Trevenant coming back in, you can go ahead and go for one charge move, but I think you should be fine here, as the opponent even forfeits. I mean, the small chance was still there. I'm not sure if they really had to. We face an Altaria here, which is not the ideal lead, to be honest. Your Dubwoll really doesn't like the Dragon Breath, as you can see here, and also you don't really have a designated safe swap for this Pokemon. You can go ahead and go for some body slams, which I'm definitely agreeing here. You kind of want to get this Pokemon low enough that you can farm it down with some Shadow Claws later on. And you will be able to actually spam those body slams so fast that they're going to have to invest a shield here, I think, to realign their Pokemon. But they're actually going to let this move go through. You could shield, but yeah, they don't shield here really. It's kind of a tough scenario. Now you're a shield down and you cannot realign, and this is really bad, because this Pokemon would be very good for your backline there, as you have the Kofag, which would resist the fast move, and also the Accessor. So kind of sad that you cannot really do this right now. You can swap out now into your Kofag, but of course now the Kofag doesn't really want to get hit by this drill run coming in here. So they have to shield it up, and you see a Swampert coming in. That's going to be a close one, but I think you're still kind of fine-ish, to be honest. They're going to have to let one move at least go through here. You will not die to one charge move unless it's an Earthquake, and it is an Earthquake. Okay, now you're not fine anymore, and you're going to lose this match. If they wouldn't have gone for the Earthquake, you would have been actually fine, because you would have been able to farm down towards one Shadow Ball for your Trevenant there, but I guess it's fine like this. We see the opponent going now into another Dark type. Is going to be a little bit tricky here, as this Drapion will do a lot of damage against this thing. It will definitely KO them with one more crunch. The shield going to allow you to get to another charge move, which will force another shield by the opponent, which I think is the right play here. But actually, you could realign if you want to, and I think you should realign. And they do realign. It's an awkward tail. Okay, maybe we could have countered this, but I'm not sure. But we see here now another Ghost type coming in. They can go ahead, go for one Shadow Ball, get the shield. And now it's only one shield difference, but you can have alignment now. And you can now put your Kaiwei against the opposing Medicham, which makes you a way better matchup here. And I really enjoy like this play that you did there. That was definitely very good. What is not very good is this lag coming in here. They basically got some free turns in there for nothing, as now the opponent has a way more health and energy that they are supposed to have. You can go for one Dark Pulse. You're actually going to KO this, which is nice. And they can KO you here, I guess, with this Bone Club. They don't, they only go for Bone Club, okay. You will be able to now only go for one more Wild Charge, and you should be easily able to win this game, as this Wild Charge will KO from this range easily, as it's also a Shadow version of the Marowak. But yeah, this is going to be a good game. Fun fact, in the main series games, actually the lone Marowak has access to the, what's it called, the ability Lightning Rod, which would allow it to survive those electric types, and basically is an immunity electric types. But yeah, a different game basically, but it's kind of funny to see something that should be immune maybe to get KO'd by it. We see here also the Swampert coming in. Very good that you can now go into your Trevenant. Sadly, they can go for another Hydro Cannon here, which will put you pretty low, but you're going to try to go for the full farm down. Didn't work out. Should have thrown earlier. Definitely should have thrown already before the first Hydro Cannon, like the second there, before you were basically down there, as they go back into their Dark type. And this Shiftry definitely does not appreciate this move. This would KO the Shiftry. Let's see if they're going to shield this. They're not. And we see a Skarmory coming in. Pretty decent matchup for you. You should not really go for the Shadow Ball, to be honest. Go for the Dark Pulse. They're going to shield this move up anyway. Dark Pulse is a little bit less energy. Of course, it's a little bit more risky, but I think there is no way in hell that they would do this. But I guess it's also going to allow you now to get the final shield here. And it's also going to allow you later on, hopefully, to go for one Wild Charge. But you can actually still get to another Dark Pulse, which is going to put them low. You could go into your Trevenant and hope that they throw immediately, and you can just farm them down because they lagged. That's also fine for you. You would have won anyway. We see the Dunsparce in the lead. That's very good for you because you have access to the fast move, which is super effective, and you also have a little bit better charge moves against this Pokemon. As we see them going into their own Trevenant, you go into your Kaiwei. Against Trevenant, you don't really have the best answer, to be honest. You're going to most likely double shield here. They go for one Shadow Ball, you can go for a Dark Pulse in return, getting also a shield, but you have to shield again, I guess. It's only a Seed Bomb. Okay, that's fine. You can now go ahead, go for one Dark Pulse here, and you will not be able to realign, of course, because they're going to shield this up. And this is also a little bit of a tricky one. Trevenant in general, the typing is just so good. Going to be able to resist all those moves from the Dubwoll, unless you would run Payback, which I also thought would be a funny move to play. But now you see the Medicham coming in, and you lost the alignment, which is kind of horrible for you, as you now are pretty screwed. Like, this Dunsparce is going to be able to spam those Rock Slides at you. You will only be able to go for Seed Bomb here, which will be a neutral move, but actually did more than I expected. I guess the Dunsparce is not as good as I thought, because this will actually do a lot of damage now. Let's see how much it's going to do. Going to do enough for you to just shield this move and farm them all the way down, which is exactly what they're doing here. They're definitely a more experienced player. Maybe, like, I don't think they're like crazy leaderboard, but I'm not sure. Like, it's of course always difficult to tell from a few games, but they definitely know what they're doing. They have a very good understanding for alignment in the game, so I can say this already here, because you see them a lot of time double shielding just to get alignment, and this wins them a lot of games. Like, definitely cool gameplay to watch, just to learn a little bit more about the game and learn a little bit about how to play the game. Also, they stay in here for a little bit, which I think I agree with, because they go for the Psychic Fangs, and you would be able to at least, you would be able to swap out before. I think I would have swapped out already into my Trevenant. Of course, they have access to Crunch, but of course you would also be able to take those moves pretty easily. But I guess they're going to let this next move go through as well here. And they are actually going not to do this. Okay, interesting. As they can go for one Body Slam. I would have swapped out already like ages ago, to be honest. Now they're going to swap out into the Kofak. Now they're going to get hit by a Crunch. I think you could have saved a lot of health and lifetime there if you swapped out earlier. But you can now still go for some nice charge moves here. You're going to have a lot of energy stored, which is nice. You see the Charm user alone 9 hits coming in here, and you will be able to go for one Dark Pulse. I find this a little bit risky because you don't get to another move, of course. Or do you get to? No, you don't get to another move. So like for you there at this point of time, throwing the other move would most likely be better for you, like the Shadow Ball, even though they're shield anyway. You're going to be able to get more energy here, and we see a Deoxys defense coming in. You love to see it. Ghost type against Deoxys defense, and bye. This thing just cannot take a Shadow Ball, of course. And it's going to be a good game. As we say, another Trevenant in the lead. You're going to stay in. They swap out for whatever reason. I know, like, you get basically hard wall for the Ghost typing, but the Grass typing is still super effective. We see the Medicham coming in here. You go for one Dark Pulse. Kind of disagree with this play. They will actually shield this, so it is fine. It actually helped you a lot here. But if they're not shielding, I think you might not have a mental range where you can farm down. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong. Could be the case as well. I'm not the biggest Kofak expert. I have to admit this as well. I didn't study Kofak yet. I never really used this Pokemon because, I don't know, like, I'd never really had... Like, for me, if I see Kofak, I always think, okay, why do I not run Sableye instead? But I guess, like, of course, you have first Sableye, the Dark typing, which a lot of times is really good, but also against, like, Charm users it's not, and there the Kofak is just a little bit better. We see the Medicham in the lead, when we see the Skarmory in the back. Very interesting line, maybe another Steel type in the back could be the case here. We see the Shadow Ball getting the first shield, and you might be able to just shield this up and go for another one. And you actually going to do this, exactly. Good play here. Going for another one here, going to allow you to get the final shield and gonna put him into one range where you can go for just a little bit of wild charge damage there, which will be able to KO the Skarmory. Let's see what they're going to do. Are you going to get hit here by one Brave Bird is the question, and you will be only get hit by a Sky Attack. That's good for you, as this Wild Charge easily will be connecting here and KOing the opponent, as you can swap out immediately into your Kofak, and this is going to be a good game, as you already won this game. At this point of time, there's nothing that they can do. This is a Seed Bomb, and you would be able to survive it, but you can just go straight for the Dark Pulse as well. Seeing now that you can just go for one Shadow Ball against this Medicham, you will be able to win this game there, and this is going to be a very good game, as this Shadow Ball will KO the opponent. And yeah, good game there. Going into the next one, we see Dubwoll against Abomasnow. Pretty decent lead for you. You don't want to face this Pokemon with your Trevenant at least, and you can spam those Body Slams immediately here, as this thing doesn't want to face those whatsoever. You will be able to survive one move. Maybe it's an Energy Ball, maybe Shield as well, but it's just a Weather Ball, so you're going to be able to survive this one, and you can just spam those Body Slams at this point of time, as you will be able to even get the final shield by the opponent there. Now 2 shields down. You will not shield this one. It's only a Weather Ball again, but does a ton of damage, and you have to shield this one. You have to respect it, and they're going to shield this one as well. They're definitely knowing what they're doing, as we see the Bastion coming in. Interesting scenario here right now is because they can farm you down, you're most likely going to go into your Dubwoll, but you might just want to let the move go against the Dubwoll. But we have to see here. They can go for 2 Shadow Balls, gonna put them into a range where you can easily farm them down with whatever Pokemon you want to come into. They go into the Dubwoll, they're going to let this move go through, I think. Yep, they will. And they will swap out now. Okay, they don't even swap out. They can just go straight into it because Dubwoll just dies into the Trevenant. You can go for one charge move here. This will KO the opposing Abomasnow. And you see a Granbull coming in there. I don't think that this Granbull will appreciate this Shadow Ball. Let's see, it's not a Shadow, so I don't know if this KOs, and it does KO, as you can see by the task claiming there that you win. As we face the next opponent, they're having a Swampert in the lead. Definitely something that you don't really want to face with this Pokemon, is you have Trevenant in the back, which is the hardest answer for Swampert. You can go ahead, go for more Body Slams here, as this will do some very nice damage. You will be able to get to another one in time before they can get to their charge move. And now you kind of want to swap out, in my opinion, but okay, no, you're just going to let this move go through. You shield this and you will be able to realign. Obstagoon comes in, and this is horrible for you because you have no answer whatsoever and you have to go for one Body Slam. You swap out immediately into your Trevenant. It's kind of rough to deal with this Pokemon now because you have 2 Ghost types in the back, and your team, as also stated before, is very weak to Obstagoon and also this Grafty. So this is going to be a very interesting one, as you can see here that you kinda are screwed, especially with this move there as well. Now you see the Trevenant coming in there, but they're actually gonna give you like kinda a chance to still come back because the Obstruct buff is basically gone. You kinda have to hope that you can catch the next move, but you're actually gonna throw your charge move. Are they shooting this move up? They shouldn't really. They are, okay, this gives you a chance, but okay, no. They're going for a charge move here, you're going to lose this final game. Oh, never mind, it's still a Seed Bomb, but you're still going to lose a final game. So, thanks for watching. See you next video, have a great rest of your day. This was a very nice showcase, definitely a more skilled battler. Maybe like, I don't know, should be in Legend range-ish. So, it's kind of always interesting to see what it actually is, but yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, see you next video, have a great rest of your day, bye.